G'day folks, Mr. Durst here again. I'm going to continue on from my last video where I quickly sketched up a concept drawing. Next I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to use Autodesk Inventor. To do this, we're going to jump in and create a new part. And then we're going to do a sketch in that part. Now I'm going to use the XZ plane just because I can. This point here is the origin. This is where we start all of our drawings from, and the reference point for everything we come across. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to jump quickly to our drawing again. I've made a couple of slight changes. The sticky notes I've changed from 80mm down to 78mm, just so they weren't sliding around as much. The material we're going to use is 3mm thick. I've selected this pane here for a bit of customization, a name, a logo, a picture, that sort of thing. So there are a couple of minor changes that we've made. Okay, so if we come back into Inventor, we come up and we click our rectangle tool. From our origin, we draw a rectangle. Now you'll note here that 2 lines are blue and 2 lines are green. The green lines are undefined. That means that if we exit out of here, that means that we can still move them around. Our solid lines, we can't move. They're locked in place, they're defined. So to define the other two, we're going to use the dimension tool. The height of our project is 78, let's write it in, 78 plus 3 for our 3mm thickness, plus another 3mm for the back, plus another 3mm for the centerpiece, plus another 78 for the back section to hold the pencils. That's given us a depth of 165. So now our front face is 78 plus 3 plus 3. The reason we're adding the plus 3 and plus 3 is because our 78mm is our internal dimension. Alright. And now we've got that. So our width is 84, our depth is 165. And there we have it. From here we are going to go to our model and extrude it. Now the height we want to extrude it to, we said was our 100mm. Which gives us our pencil block looking like this. That's not what we want, but it's a start. So next we're going to get our top face. We're going to right click on our top face and we're going to go new sketch. From here we are going to draw another rectangle from our origin. We are going to dimension it, selecting the right lines. To our 68 plus 3 plus 3 gives us our 74. Now we are going to use the offset tool. We're going to click on it once with our left cursor and we're going to set that at 3mm because that's how thick our wall is. Right. Next we are going to go back to our, actually forget that internal one for the moment. Let's undo that. We're going to take this one down first. So first of all we're going to extrude it so we can extrude down. Our overall height was 100 and we want to leave 20mm below. So that will give us our base plate. From here now we right click, we go new sketch, we go rectangle, I'm going to dimension it to these edges. I want that at 3mm, I want that at 3mm, and I want this one at 3mm. this one up here, I want to make it coincident. So what that does, collinear, so that will lock it to this external edge. Next, what I'm going to do is go to extrude. Now I know that this is 20 millimeters high. My base plate will be 3 millimeters, and I want it to cut out this section. Oops, there we go. 20 minus 3, and that will cut out our base. Right, so that's the start of where we're going to put our sticky notes. We're going to do the same thing on the top, so right click, new sketch. I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to dimension it from the edges, 3 millimeters, 3 millimeters, 3 millimeters, and 3 millimeters. We are then going to model, extrude, internal section. We're going to go down this time, and we're going to go 100 mil this time, minus our 3 mil base plate. And that will give us our section for pencils. Now looking at it a second ago, we come back to have a look at this one. It looked like this is 85, and this line is 78. Okay. So my pencil box isn't square. So to fix that, let's just, what was this one again? 85. Let's write that down here. In fact, let's use a new page. Okay. So 85 and 78. So if we come back into our original drawing, get out of that sketch first, come into our original drawing. So we've got 85 takes 78. Gives us 7, so 165 minus 7 is 158. So if we modify this one to be 158 and finish sketch, and we come back into this one down here now, we're at 78 and 78. So now we've got a square up here as well. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do here is on this front face, I'm going to create a circle. What I want to do with that circle is make this center point coincident to this line, which locks it to that line. And then I want to drag it across. Now I want to put it in the middle. Now rather than just guess where the middle is, I can get a line, draw that in, that's a straight line. This line I'm going to turn into a construction line. So this tool up here will mean it's just there only for the purpose of our drawing. It's not going to have any other bearing. I can then use this constraint up here, which is the symmetric constraint. Click on this line, click on this line, click on this line. Oh, it should not have done that. Let's try again. Not sure what's going on there. Anyway, we can do it a different way. So that is 84 wide. So we can dimension this one here. It's 84 divided by 2. So that will put that line in the middle. What we can now do with our circle, let's just move it off the line for a bit. No, it's already locked on. It's already locked to half point. This dimension, we know that 40mm will take it into the base plate, which we don't want, so I'm going to say 30mm. Alright, then we're going to come back up to model, extrude. We're going to cut it out again, and because it's only in the face plate, we only need to extrude it by 3mm. Okay, so that's given us our pencil box with a little little tag for our sticky note. Yeah, so plenty of options there. At this point, I would say to save it, so don't forget to save. So let's go save as. And I'm going to call mine, I might even use that one, desk organizer. Yes, replace it. Alright, so from here, in fact I might do it in another video. From here I'll show you how we turn that into a technical drawing.